tell you what I said. Did you think it helped you at all tonight?
It could have.
Ben, you were able to push the pace a lot more tonight and get into the teeth of their defense. How much of that do you think was just you guys getting stops and having that chance in transition rather than in a half-court game?
I think it was just making a point of actually doing it and not talking about it. Obviously, I'm pretty quick, so I'm able to push the ball. I think it was just being aggressive downhill and just playing my game.
Ben, Brett talked a little bit about the serious air in the locker room before the game. I mean, what was it like for you coming to the arena today? I mean, knowing that your back is against the wall, one loss from the offseason, but also knowing that you guys have played with this team. Where was your mind at?
I think it's more so for me just going out there and doing everything I can to win, and the end result's going to be the end result. So everyone had that same mentality. I think it was just going out there playing hard and not regretting anything.
Todd, Philadelphia Inquirer, can you kind of try to characterize what you see from Joel when, he's got, I don't know what his actual stats were, but 33 minutes he had 15 and 12, but he was a plus 42 through that time. And so what are you seeing out there? Like, how is he impacting the game?
Just with his size defensively, he's able to alter shots, block shots, and that also leads to fast breaks. So for us, having him is huge. And then down low, he's such a force. He draws a lot of attention. So for us, we can make plays from that. But he's been doing well, for the circumstances he's been under.
David McMenamin, ESPN. Ben, in the back here, following up on Sarah's question about Joel, in particular in the third quarter when he's blocking those shots from Kawhi Leonard, and you guys seem to be feeding off his energy. Was that turning the page at all from, as a teammate, from what he's been through the last 2.5 games to looking at, okay, maybe we're getting back on track here?
Definitely. We know how we are supposed to play, and it's just a matter of doing it. I think everybody was really locked in doing their job, and that's the one thing I say before we go out and start the game. Everybody needs to do their job, no matter if it's small or big, whatever you look at. In terms of that, everyone has a role and everyone has to do it.
Right here in the middle, Ben. I noticed you took the sleeve off tonight, and instead of those three-quarter leggings that you usually wear, you're wearing something shorter.
Yeah.
Any reason for that?
I was like, it was more of a physical thing for me. Just go out there and just play. Don't worry about sleeves, whatever you have on. Just go out there and hoop and get back to being me.
Did you feel something different tangibly to make a difference for you?
No, I was just going out there and leaving it on the floor.
You mentioned being able to play downhill tonight. A lot of people want to see you do that more often. What was working tonight that allowed you to do that?
Just spacing, guys being in their spots where they need to be also allows me to do that. And just me having that mindset of getting downhill and making plays.
Ben, there have been some pretty big swings in this series from game to game for you personally, for the team in general. Why do you think that is?
It's the NBA. Guys make runs, teams make runs. Toronto did that tonight. We did it majority of the game, and it just happens. It's the NBA.
Ben, over here on your right. Can you characterize Jimmy Butler's play, especially in the first half tonight, and what it meant to you guys in that moment?
It's just the energy he brings, offensively and defensively. When you have a guy like that, it kind of sets the tone, and everyone's able to feed off that. So he really gets us going in the game. So especially James Ennis, guys like that, Mike Scott, guys who come out and just play physical and have that passion for the game, allows everybody to kind of have that same mentality and mindset.
Ben, back row, well, to your left. Just talk about the moment you guys, the season that moment as a team from the get-go. When they made runs at you, you never, you counter-punched. To get that moment, to take it back to Toronto, how important in terms of the way you guys played tonight, and how proud of this team is to be able to fight the way you guys did tonight.
It's huge. Before I came on the floor, I kind of just looked at the starting five, our starting five. I was like, we got a lot of talent, and with that comes responsibility. Everybody has to do their job. And it goes back to starting on defense and playing together and sharing the ball and moving it. It's special.
One more guy. Thanks. Yep. Ben, Brett talked before the game about wanting you guys to play free and easy and not get caught up in the fact that your season could end if you had lost tonight. How do you separate those two things out? How do you not allow yourself to get caught up in the thought of, hey, if we mess up, it's all over. How do you get to yourself to the point where you can play the way you need to play?
I think when you have guys who are just competitive in general, then that goes out the window. You go out there and play hard and try and do everything exactly how it should be done. Try and make the correct plays, share the ball, move it, play defense, and really lock in. So I think when you have guys who are able to do that and separate that, you got a good team.
Much of an impact on the game.
With the way they guarded me, double teams, you can see it on pick and rolls. Mark is not helping out for me. They really stuck to me, and every time I put it on the floor or every time I have the ball, they just collapse. So I'm forced to take a lot of jump shots, or I can make the easier decision and get my teammates open by setting great screens, walling to the basket, finding guys, and trying to free them up, and then defensively just covering for everybody. Whenever I can block a shot, do it. Just be all over the place. Yeah.
Joel, David, Grenneman, ESPN, back here. You told us in Toronto that you wanted to kind of get back that joy, get back that effervescence that you bring to the court. When you had those 2 blocks in the third quarter on Kawhi and then hit the shot and kind of backpedaled with a smile on your face, did you?
Me, man. You ain't shit. That started it. I was just sitting here, and then they asked me a question.
Yeah. Did you feel that stretch like that was you kind of welcoming yourself back to the playoffs, getting over what you'd been through?
Man, it started from the beginning, coming in, knowing that this was do or die situation. So I knew that I had to come in with high spirits, and he played the usual like he always does, but that's what I got to keep on doing. Do the little things and everything's gonna follow.
Over to you guys over here. Rich Hoffman, The Athletic. This is for either of you guys. After poor performances, it seems like you guys tend to bounce back. There were a few of those in the regular season. Why do you guys think that is?
Man, if you play bad, you want to come back the next game and play better. We, up there in Toronto, we felt like, we didn't play the way we wanted to, and we made a lot of mistakes, and tonight they had to be corrected, especially with turnovers and, transition defense. Everybody was aggressive. Ben was great tonight. Jimmy was great. Tobias was great. And then defensively, collectively, we did a great job.
Joel, Sean Kennedy, Liberty Ballers. There was the one instance in the second half you were reinserted in the game after only a minute on the bench. Have you been given any guidance about how much you're, willing to be pushed out there, like how far you can go, especially with Game 7 coming up?
Man, they shouldn't tell me, and they haven't told me. It's the playoffs. I got to play. If I got to play 45 minutes and push myself out there, that's what I got to do. If that's what it takes to win, and if my presence on the court, is needed, I got to be there. It doesn't matter if it takes the whole game. So, and I'm fine with it. I'm going to keep on pushing myself, and, Game 7, we're going to need it. I'm going to need to be on the court, and I intend to be ready for everything if I had to play a whole game.
Jimmy, back row to your left here. Number of times they made runs at you, and you guys just able to counter punch back. Just talk about the resiliency you guys showed tonight, especially that fourth quarter when they get to within 8, and then you guys just kind of went to a gear and took control and just took over from that point.
I think the game is a game of runs as a whole. It's all about withstanding those runs. And more than anything, I just think tonight we let our defense start us out and dictate our offense, which is what I always say. Whenever we play like that, we're hard to beat. Home, on the road, neutral site. That's how we have to play basketball.
Joel, how do you feel right now, and how did you feel going into this game compared to the other games earlier in the series?
I'm great. The other games earlier in the series, I was great. I'm great today.
Joel, on your way off the floor in Toronto, you let me know you'd be coming back. I'm to your left. To your left. Let me know that you'll be coming back for Game 7. Now that this moment's here, what are your emotions going into a do-or-die situation in Game 7?
Just gotta play basketball. Basketball is fun. I understand that I understand that it's Game 7. But gotta come in and fight just like we did tonight. Our back was on the line tonight. I feel like our back is still on the line. He's on the line, so we just gotta do the same thing. Come back and, like you said, it's all about defense. If we play defense like we played tonight, or in Game 2 and 3, we feel like we can beat anybody. So we gotta come in and be ready.
Joel and Jimmy on your right here. Joel, what did Jimmy mean to you guys in the first half? And Jimmy, did you feel like you had to come out and sort of take things over in the first half? It seemed like you played that way.
I just came out aggressive, as they tell me to be all the time. Game simple. I shoot the ball when I'm open. Sometimes I shoot it when I'm not open. And I try to get out in transition, get some steals, get some rebounds, and take off. That's just how the game went for us tonight. Home crowd was great. No boos. They booed us a little bit, right?
They did boo.
Okay, they booed us a little bit.
They did.
We appreciate it. But all in all, they was really into the game.
It was great. Carried us offensively and defensively, obviously. Feel like the last stay that he had before the half was huge, especially for the momentum. Just we need him to be the same, especially up in Toronto.
Jimmy, over here to your left. Has this been a part of your plan since you've been here to be more aggressive around this time of year? Because at the start of since you got here, it seems like you were finding your way. You were being maybe a little bit more on the passive side, but now you seem more aggressive and assertive. Has that been a part of the plan, or is that just a figment of our imagination?
I'm gonna go with the imagination part. I'm just hooping. I'm doing what they asked me to do. And I play to win. I think right now this is what I have to do in order to give us a great chance of winning. I think from game to game, hell, from series to series, the role could change. I'm cool with it. Like I always say, I just want to win. If we win, I'm good. If we don't, I got a problem.
Dan Gelson, the Associated Press. Joel, how concerned are you about the flagrant situation? Is there anything you need to do in your game differently to?
I mean, it's annoying, stupid. I feel like the one in Brooklyn should have been rescinded tonight. It's just basketball. I didn't mean to do it. I just happened to hit him in the face, I guess, and didn't mean to do it. And it just happened. A lot of things like that happened. I got hit in the face in the first half by Pascal, but kind of like the same situation. That wasn't a flagrant. So, and I saw the video of it. I mean, it doesn't look that bad. Stuff, now I guess I got one more, and I'm going for one game, so I gotta look out for it. But there's definitely this one and the one in Brooklyn that I feel like I didn't deserve.
Joel, I'm curious. I know you enjoy playing to the crowd, but there was a lot less of that from you tonight. One, if that was by design, just to stay focused in the moment, and two, how do you bottle the way you played tonight to take to Game 7?
I mean, I'm mature. You know, I'm starting to figure it out the whole league. I'm starting to figure it out kind of like everybody around here, you guys, the fans. You know, it's just, you know, it's the situation we're in is it's fun. I love being in this situation, and you got to play both sides. You know, I got to be myself, and I'm always going to be myself. But at the same time, you know, I gotta do my job on the court, and that's all that matters. You know, I gotta show up for my teammates every game, defensively, offensively. Man, I don't know if I didn't play to the crowd tonight on purpose, or if, I don't know. Yeah, I was just playing basketball. You know, some days it's gonna happen, some days it's not gonna happen.
Jimmy, Kai Carlin, Sixers Wire. You're always telling Ben to attack. Tonight, how do you feel like he kind of stepped up to the challenge tonight and attacked the rim as much as he could?
He did that. He attacked the transition in the half, made some free throws. That's how we need him to be, along with Joe and everybody else. You can't key in on one or two guys on this team because we have so many guys that can put the ball in the basket. We have so many guys that could get a stop and take off dribbling with the basketball. Like I said before, that's how we're going to win, as we showed tonight. When he's aggressive, when Ben's aggressive, Tobias is aggressive, it gives us a greater chance of winning.
Thank you, guys.